Good evening, everyone, and welcome back. Today, we are going to be doing our 9th ranking of boomer shooters from the 90s. Today's episode will see us playing 4 titles across 3 different computer platforms. And we are going to be ranking all 4 of them, adding to our current ranking, which is, hold on, right here. As you can see, I have improved our visuals here, so this looks a lot cleaner than it has before. But yes, currently we have 23 games on our ranking, and Doom sits at the top of the ranking, and Catacombs Armageddon sits at the bottom. In between, we have plenty of titles, including many well-known games such as Wolfenstein 3D, Blake Stone, and Alien vs. Predator, as well as many very unknown games like Bram Stoker's Dracula and Battle Frenzy and Metalhead, and so on and so forth. So, today we'll be adding 4 more games to the list, and unlike our past several episodes, we are back to computers for today, and will be for the next several episodes. And our first game of the day is going to be an Amiga title released in 1994. To the best of my ability, as far as I was able to determine, this is the first shooter released on the Amiga. It is not even really a full shooter, but you guys will see in a moment. Let me get it booted here. And while that is booting up, we'll switch over here. Let's see if this just is great and just pulls it all. Yes. Okay. So as you can see, this was released by Apache Software. You can hear our nice Amiga sounds in the background that this emulator emulates. And this game is controlled with a controller by default. I have in fact been unable to control this menu with a keyboard or a mouse. This, to my knowledge, needs a controller. Speaking of which, I have, as promised, purchased a new controller, so now this controller should work and not keep disconnecting mid-game. Okay, let's start. What I should do, actually, probably, we're gonna expand the size of my screen, which should clarify that for you. And then, if I'm hitting the right button, there we go. That should zoom that in, so it should take up your whole screen, and we can begin. Okay, so the weird thing about this game is that whether you play 1 player or 2 player, it always shows the second player's screen. It's just, now it has nothing in it. The second weird thing, the reason I struggle to call this a pure shooter, is that you do not have full 360-degree movement. As you can see, hopefully you can tell what's going on here. I turned off the quick movement, hopefully that stuck, because you're moving on a grid, a 90-degree grid here, and you have the option of setting up quick turning, which will basically just make you automatically just turn 90 degrees without any visual accompaniment. And I turned that off, so hopefully it's clear to people watching what they're seeing. And, like, you know, you have explosive barrels and you have enemies, so it has all the other elements of a boomer shooter, but it is not controlled like a traditional boomer shooter. And of course, you know, being a old and dated Amiga game, there's no like source port or anything that enhances this. Uh, Two of the games we're playing today will be playing modern day source ports for the majority of it. Two, we don't have that luxury. Ah. And this is one of them, unfortunately. So, I'm not even really sure what the goal is here. I assume there's going to be an exit we're going to find at some point. But this was not a game I was familiar with going into this. As part of our beat 'em up show, I was working on. I don't understand why we can't shoot over this wall, but we can't. As part of my the beat 'em up show I was getting Amiga stuff working for that, and so I was looking at various Amiga titles and lists of them, and I came across this, and I was like, oh, okay, we can add this to our list of games to play on Boomer Shooter Showdown. And so I did, and I basically played it for about 15 minutes to ensure that I could get it to work, because as I said in that show, getting all of these Amiga games running can be something of an exercise in frustration sometimes. So, we will not be going into any Amiga game on any show fully blind, because I need to have run them in advance to ensure they're going to work. This is not like running a Nintendo game that, if it is guaranteed to work on a Nintendo, will work on this emulator type situation. An Amiga, I say Amiga, but it's important to remember that there was no single Amiga. It was a platform, in the same way that Mac and Windows is a platform, and so there were many Amigas. Not nearly as many, mind you, as there are Macs and Windows computers, but there were, let's say 6 or 7 at least. Commodore made Amigas, and then a German company. Oh, okay, I guess that was it. Then a German company took over after that and made several more versions. So just because a game is for the Amiga doesn't mean it's going to work on every Amiga, and so I have to make sure I am emulating the correct Amiga. Destroy reactors and escape is my goals here. I assume we can't. Yeah, that's just a window. Destroy. This is where I started. So are these both these? Wait, this is, and this is not right. Okay. That took a long time. Okay. Let's note that we started in the west and are headed east towards enemies, and could really use good, that, a better gun. Let's. I haven't determined if anything's ever in these barrels or if they just exist to be destroyed. It would also help if they gave us some sort of indication of like how many reactors there are that I need to destroy still. So the big problem with controlling this game, and this could be more of an emulation thing than an issue with the original game, hard to say, but using, like, you can't use an analog stick, because despite being a grid-based title, he does not move on a grid, so it's very easy to find yourself halfway between two grid markers, and at which point you won't be able to move, because and not even all the structures. Like, you see this? This is a wall that doesn't move all the way to the end of the grid. And so now I'm halfway between the wall. And so, yeah, the whole thing is like, it's grid-based, but not. And it doesn't work super well because of that. Like, I'm not really sure what they were attempting here with doing this on a semi-grid like this. Like, you see there, I walked a little too far. Because I can't, my movement is only, I'm moving on like a half grid step or something. It's hard to say exactly. It's really weird. Like, it's not fully free movement, but it's not fully grid based either. I don't feel like I killed these people. Maybe I did. Who knows? It's like, is the game going to tell me when I've destroyed all the generators? Or do I need to, like, memorize that? I believe my other objective was escape, but I don't know escape where to. Like, this is a way out, theoretically. And I'm just going to hit some theoretical buttons on my keyboard, but I don't think my keyboard's technically considered plugged into this Amiga, so I don't think that would work. Well, maybe it is. I don't know. None of the buttons I hit had any effect. I was trying to see if there was potentially, like, a way to bring up a map, but every button on my controller fires the gun. Even, like, the start button. There was only one button on an Amiga joystick, to be clear. So, that's not unsurprising that every button does the same thing. But it means that I have no way of... There's no map, right? As far as I can tell. Or if there is, I couldn't for the life of me tell you how to access it, because none of these buttons do anything else. Let me try pressing mouse keys. No, nothing there. So without a map, and with every tile more or less looking identical, and without even a full 360 degrees of movement to give me a good sense of space, it is nearly impossible to figure out where I have and haven't gone. So, like, clearly I haven't gone here. Like, clearly I can't shoot this guy, and I have no way of strafing, which would be helpful. I saw there was a health pack in here. Here we are. Which way did I come from? That way. I swear if the enemies didn't leave bodies, this game would be literally impossible. I don't think I'd be able to play. Like, it is already damn near nightmare trying to figure out where you're going, and the only reason it's... I swear I saw another dude. Yep, I did. Where is he? Yeah, the way the stuff is rendered in this is... Yeah. And again, there's only one button, so I don't think there's any way to strafe, although that would be extraordinarily helpful. But I can't think of any way I could make strafing occur in this. And so I have to be facing that. I have to be facing the enemy to shoot them. And it's not like I have a mouse here. So, and I'm not turning freely. I'm turning in 90-degree increments, so it's not like I can quickly turn to face my enemy. But also, it's not like it forces you to press the button once for each 90-degree turn. If I hold the button down, it will turn more than that. It just doesn't do a good job of, this is, yeah. If I don't have the other gun, I can't do this. But I cannot for the life of me. This is so confusing. No, this is east. We need to go west, and then west again, and then north, and then east, and then... But I'm not going to survive getting through that, so... Yeah, this... Let's not pick up the rest of this ammo because we'd want it for the other gun. So let's go through here. And then, oh, we're getting shot. Like, this looks like a double-barreled shotgun. Which would mean, as far as I know, that this should do a significant amount of damage to a human being that it shoots. You know, when at such close range. But this game seems to indicate that that is not the case. Oh my god. I cannot hit this button lightly enough to get through this door. And, like, I can't... like, clearly I'm going a different way now, right? But it's really, really hard to get any sort of sense of perspective when you don't have 360-degree movement, and to not include a map here just seems insane. Okay. Okay. It's just ammo. It's not more gun. I have to find which door I went through to get the gun. It seems to exist at only one point, and it's not a point that I'm easily finding. Wait, is that it? That could be it. Mind you, I think it's going to be too late because... Well, I'm alive. But I'm one hit away from death. Have I been here already? Probably. Okay. Then... is it here? Trying to find that ammo I left. There it is. And then was it this one and then this one? No, this isn't gonna... Is it? Do I turn here and then I'm in the right spot? God. Nope. Okay. This is awful. This would be more acceptable if it had been released, you know, 2 or 3 years prior, but every game we've played on this show so far was released prior to this game. With the exception of a couple of those late 3DO games. So, with that as our one exception, door here. Okay. So I can only shoot straight, right? There's no ability to, shoot at an angle. And so, like, I cannot shoot him till I've turned here, and I can't straight. Meaning, there's no conceivable way I can make that shot. Without getting hurt, at least, And I just can't envision any, like, every button is shoot. There's no button that is not firing this gun. I'm hitting every button. All right, what door did I have to go through to get to the gun? Was it this one? Nope. Was it this one? No, this takes me to the guys that kill me, I'm pretty sure. It's not that one. There it is. Like with that door, I can stand far enough back that the enemy doesn't, like, I don't know, I guess exist in the game logic until he is within my view. And so, or at the very least, he can't shoot me until I can see him, which is, I guess, nice of the game developers to do. So, like, with that, I can manage it. But that one enemy, there's no way to do that. And without the ability to strafe, I, try to go into like a menu maybe and see if I can, see if there's a control thing. But honestly, half the time hitting the escape key in a game this old is just going to quit the game. So, considering I don't want to have to do any of this again, I really, really don't want to mistakenly quit the game. It's the other thing worth mentioning for people not familiar with the Amiga as a platform is that it was most definitely capable of a shooting game with 360-degree movement that ran in a full window. Neither of those things are impossible, as you will see in later episodes. We will play plenty. The Amiga was home to many shooting games. Most weren't very good, mind you, but they were not good because they were just basic Doom clones in most cases, not because they had significant issues with their controls. I don't know how I'd possibly do that without taking damage. But, maybe that's why they give you a bunch of medical kits after, because they realize that they put you in a position where you're going to be hurt. And that's just poor game design there. You shouldn't do that. See you, dude. See another dude. Any more dudes? Any position where I have to turn like that before I can hit the enemy is just... like, like there. Like, I knew it was even going to happen. I was even ready for it, and I still couldn't stop it because... I backed up just quick enough that he decided he couldn't fire at me. And I'm technically behind the wall here, so this guy can't shoot me. So we're just going to keep going forward. Oh, there was another guy there. Nothing I could do there. I was beaten then. I think that's going to be it. Like, I don't think I can get any further because the game just doesn't control well enough. So I think that's going to be Death Mask for the Commodore Amiga. This was running emulated on the Amiga A4000 for anyone curious. I have it with set to have an upgraded 6880K Sharp processor, and the floppy disk drive is set to turbo mode, meaning that it is not emulating the speed of the floppy drive. And do I have any extra memory? No, I did not put any extra memory in this emulated system. So other than that, it is just the vanilla A4000. That game is not especially demanding, is what my point is. That, you know, ran perfectly fine from the standpoint of the performance, but the playability there is among the worst of any game we have played on this show. This might be the worst playability of any game we've played. So the question then becomes, is it worse than those Catacomb games? Or is it at the very least better than them? Right now, like, let's compare it. We have the Terminator and Battle Frenzy right above those, which are bad in that they're boring and they don't work very well. But they are certainly more playable than this. Right? Like, I'm thinking back to playing that Terminator game, how awful the controls were in that, but I still had a mouse I could aim with in that. I'm fairly certain you could aim with the mouse there, even if not. I couldn't not hit an enemy because I was stuck between two tiles on their tile set, you know. And the same with most of these lower end games, like probably everything from Escape from Monster Manor through Battle Frenzy. I don't know that I'd call any of those games like broken. They're just largely boring. Terminator 2029 and Battle Frenzy have, you know, their own control issues as well, mind you. But I don't know if I don't know if any of them control as bad. Like, you know, Battle Frenzy is was the Sega CD game we played, which uh you know, again, neither that nor the uh what was the other one? The Zero Tolerance, was it? Was the other, was that the Core Genesis game, I believe? Hold on. These games are so incredibly generically named, yes. So like Zero Tolerance and Battle Frenzy are both games controlled on a controller with a D-pad. Mind you, that controller has 3 buttons, not 1, so it has more options there. But my point is that the Genesis is not anywhere close to as powerful as an Amiga A4000. It's probably no more powerful than an Amiga A500, if even. So it's not an issue of the performance of the system. And again, we'll see other Amiga games that are running nearly as well, that look better, are not grid based and control fine. So, like, this is not something where the game is going up against the limitations of the system whatsoever, is my point. So, considering that Battle Frenzy was also barely playable, but certainly more playable than this, I think this has to go beneath that. So that just leaves us with the Catacomb games. The Catacomb games control fine for what they are. They're just virtually impossible to play because of how obtuse they are and are just unfair, frustrating, and unfun. Is that worse than this game that, let's assume the controls worked fine? I think this game would be boring. It would still be down in the, 1920 range, but I don't know that it would have, like, I'd probably place it up, like, maybe at position 16, I would say. Um Maybe right below Catacomb 3D, but it would definitely not be down here at the very bottom. So the question is, do those piss poor controls bring this all the way down beneath one or more of the Catacomb games? Or do the Catacomb games retain their position at the bottom of the list for their this sheer unplayable nature? And I feel like the answer has to be yes there, right? Like, I made it through one level of this. That's more than I can say for two of these three Catacomb games. And yeah, like, making it past one room in both Abyss and Armageddon was a significant challenge. So, at the very least, Abyss and Armageddon have to be beneath this. Like, in both of those games, I could not beat one level, and in both, I struggled to get past the very first scenario within that level. Not because it was hard, but because it gave no indication of what you were supposed to do or what your possibilities were. And I feel like that has to be a larger sin than poor enemy placement and bad controls. So the question is, are we going to put Catacomb Apocalypse above this because it was very slightly less obtuse? I feel like the controls in this are really bad. I'm really torn. I'm going to put it as our new number 22. Let's let that save, and then we should be able to pull this back up. Yes, and now, as you can see, Death Mask is our new number 22. Congratulations for being the first thing we played worse than those Catacomb games. Man. All right. Well, with that done, we are going to move over to DOS. And we have two DOS games we are going to be looking at. The first one does not have any sort of modern day source port that I was able to locate, so we are stuck using a DOSBox. So give me a moment to get that booted up, and we will begin playing a game called Depth Dwellers. Let me edit the Twitch stream while we are waiting on that to boot up. Okay. Twitch should now be showing Depth Dwellers as our game we're playing. And I am going to launch the game here. And hold on. Let's switch this over to DOSBox. See if this will show. Doesn't look like it. Interesting. Why are you not showing DOSBox? Okay, we will switch over to a... Let's see if we can redo our window capture here. And where is that under? It's just on my launch box, but let's see if we do this. There we go. Okay, that will show it. Success. Doesn't look like I can resize this window, unfortunately. So this is going to be a small window here. This looks small to me and slightly blurry to you. Unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about that. I guess we can all full screen this when... Yeah, let me try full screening this. I will not be able to see chat. I do not have a second monitor up, so you'll have to forgive me for not seeing chat while we are playing Depth Dwellers. All right. So Depth Dwellers is also a game from 1994. Though, hold on, I have to remember, what is firing? There we go. Firing button is space in this one. It's uncommon. Okay, we're gonna have to try again. I forgot what button was fire because I was assuming it was just, you know, standard controls, and then it turned out no. Anyway, so this was released by Trisoft in 1994 for DOS. You pick up sandwiches here to get your health back, and these people are people you are trying to rescue from the depths, and so you hit the T button, and that teleports them back to safety. And I have now provided you with this game's one unique selling point. There is no interact button to like find a secret or open a door. You just walk into it. Alright, we went that way. Oh. I have a hostage in there, so I need to try not to shoot the hostage while I fight this dude. We are in real bad shape here. Hopefully, okay, those are just hostages. This is a secret. You can tell because the wall's slightly green. So we will go here, and yes, this will get us a better weapon. And we got a little bit of health there. Okay, great. Now we can go in here and rescue this guy. And then we can rescue this guy. And, oh, there's a guy behind us. As you can see, that weapon works much better. Rescue that guy, and go through this secret where we will find some health. Thank God. And okay, we missed a guy somewhere. He was, where was he? Was he over here? Yes. Uh-oh. That was a powerful dude. I should ensure there wasn't any sort of mouse control. Yeah, there was not. I thought not. We're a little too early for a mouse control of any sort in some of these games. A couple of them have had it, but in such ways that were so bad that it could barely be used. But, we're nearing that point. Ooh, where? Oh, I see. Didn't work out for you there, did it? Believe that's a door that requires a key, so since we don't have that key, we cannot go in that door yet. It's another secret. Their secrets maybe should be a bit better hidden. Now we've got the key, so we could exit the level. But, you know, we haven't rescued all the hostages yet. Oh no, we've run out of ammo. This is bad. Never mind. We're gonna... Well, if we go into the next level with 0 ammo, that's gonna be equally bad, so... We're gonna try to get through this door before we die here, hopefully, and, see if we can find some more ammo somewhere. Maybe behind another secret. Okay, well, let's see if we can switch. Can we switch back to the other gun somehow? If there's no ammo in this one. Let's see. Let's hit the F10 button for help. Spacebar fire weapon. Okay. Up arrow move forward. Control plus up arrow move fast. D duck, F jump, T teleport. That's it. Ah, found it. F5, select weapon. Can we continue? Or did that just quit the game? This is what happens when you hit escape too much in these games. Yep, no, that just quit the game. That's, that's what happens when you hit the escape key one too many times in these old games. They just quit on you. All right, let's reboot the game. And try this one more time. All right. We now know to hit F5 to get to... Man, this gun sucks so hard. Doesn't do anything, and as I said, there's no use key, so it's not like we can interact with it in any way. So glad that my score has been increased. Whoa, that's not good. Oh no. Oh no. The hostage has been brutally murdered. Just brutally. He did not survive. This is probably my fault. I should probably take responsibility for such a terrible tragedy occurring. I shot the other hostage. This is going way worse this time, and I have 5 health. Like, everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong. I'm in a skull room now. I saved that hostage. I've run out of ammo, F5. Oh, I have no ammo on that gun either. They use the same ammo. Well, this is unfortunate. I've clearly made some significant errors. I think I have the sensitivity on the turning set up too high, but if I try to look up what the keys are to resolve that, we are gonna not be able to get back to the game. So I'm gonna hope it was like an F3 and F4 situation. Nope, that was a saving game. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, that turned something on. All right. Are we turning slower? Whoop, I hit F9 and the whole screen went black. Oh, and now we're in the, I thought that was F10. All right, well, since I'm, oh, this is, yeah, no, this is an entirely different thing. All right, let's hit the F10. No, let's hit the escape screen, see if that brings us back to where we were. Okay, let's hit the F10 button. Increase turning sensitivity 1 and 2. Okay. That was... Okay. That might be a bit better. We're going to stick with this gun for the moment because we don't seem to have enough ammo to use that other gun in an effective way. I feel like I turned low resolution mode on, didn't I? All right. We're going to have to hit through some of these keys again to determine which key did that. Is that it? Yes, right? Okay. Well, we have plenty of ammo now, so let's... was it not F5? Oh, do I not keep it after death, the gun I have to use? I have to find it again? On my next life? What type of game is this? Uh-oh. Like, I'm not hitting him. I'm not hitting him, and I cannot get my shots to hit him. And, like, one hit is taking out, like, 30 things, and, like, okay, let's keep hitting 2. See if we can make this turn slower, even. Like, please turn slower. And move slower, too. Is that going to be, the 4 button? Yes, okay. It's the only time I've ever tried to make a game move slower on this stream. And I hate it. But I don't feel that we have much of a choice here. Okay, we know that... Oh! No, no, come on, we're gonna rescue you. Okay. I've done it. Man, look how damn quickly these guys kill me. It is insane. Are we gone this way? No, clearly not, because... and I just murdered one of the hostages again. Now I saw... Here it is. Okay, this is the starting room. And then we'd turn here, and then we could turn over here. Ooh, it said that. Oh, there he is. It's another secret. Get some nice, good score going. But not whatever that is, because we don't need it, clearly. Right. That. You're safe. Okay. We've got the good gun again. And we have 100 bullets for it, so that should work out, hopefully. And we have full health. Like, we could not be in a much better position than we currently are. These guys are all dead, so... Right, we don't need any of this. We've been in here, right? Yeah, I mean, we have everything we need, so... Okay, cool. Alright, we've got everything from this side. Let's move on to this side again. I think we're fairly good to just exit when I get to the exit. Oops. I don't know that anyone else is alive. Is the exit... Gosh. Well, hold on. Okay. I need those sandwiches now. Something's happening. Man, where'd all these dudes come from? I got him, though. And thanks to these secrets, I'm back to full health. And nearly full ammo. So, good news me. I don't need those sandwiches. I'm gonna assume one of those enemies came from in here, so there's nothing in here. And then... Gosh. Going in circles now? I feel like we're going in circles now. Okay, that's the start of the area. That is nothing. We cannot do anything in here. We need... We haven't been in here, definitely. Probably means we haven't been here either. Doesn't seem like anyone's in here. We don't need any more help. We're doomed. We're never gonna find the exit again. I feel like I go this way every time, so let's go this way. Okay, not a choice. There's nothing here. Here it is. I found it. That's the exit. And then there's a guy trying to kill me here. I know that much. Another one here. Now they're dead. Okay. Success. Oh, and there's a secret right here. And now we're back at full ammo. Alright. We missed something. We missed some of those. And some of those. And some of that. Alright, level 2. If we hit F... There we go. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Control F2. Nope, that didn't work. Alt F2. Nope, that didn't work. What did I... Alt F1? Yes. There we go. Who's still... They're everywhere. Alt F1. Alt F1. Why does that not work now? Why do I turn so quickly again? And I've lost all my... What the actual hell? Jesus Christ. What? Man. What are you supposed to... Well. Huh? In order to see more of this game, let's look at those cheat options and enable some of them. Let's see. Control-Alt-I is God mode, and Control-Alt-F is full of everything. Let's use Control-Alt-F to give me full of everything when I need it. And I've turned God mode on. We should be fine now. Control-Alt-I. That wasn't... Control mode on. Control-Alt-F. There we go. Okay. Victory. Giving us infinite ammo. We have God mode on. We'll be able to see some more of this game now, but I feel like I'm largely just going to rank it as if we didn't, because what type of... Who would build a game like that? Where you are attacked by like 30 enemies instantly upon starting the level and have no ammo. Like, what the hell? Did he die? What happened to the dude who was in here? Oh, he's still here. See what other weapon options we have. We just have those two options. Okay. It just gives us a full flamethrower. It does not give us all the weapons. bet this is what this level's secret room looks like. It sure is. You know, I always think that developers should make their secret rooms have some sort of tell. I don't necessarily think they should require you to, you know, whack yourself against a wall endlessly, but having every single example of this one blood splatter texture lead to a secret makes it not a secret anymore. That texture is just a door at this point. It's a door I can't, you know, I have to wait a second to open, but it's still just a door. Like, it's not a secret anymore. You've not successfully made a secret when every single instance of that texture is a door. Like, it would be okay if some were and not all of them. Or if there were, you had made, I don't know, 5 different ones and you could cycle between them so I didn't see the exact same texture every time, but like here, this is just a door. You've just put a door here, that's it. Like, that's not a secret. There's nothing hiding. Did I get him? Is he free? You don't have to be staring at the captives to free them. You just gotta be near them. So, my hope is that I freed him there. You know, hitting the T key is not the easiest key to hit when you're in the middle of combat, so... I think that was a captive, I'm pretty sure. Oh well. He's free now. Free from all his worries and troubles. No! Don't kill him. I've made myself invincible, not him. He can still be murdered. When I gave myself, when I thought it was going to give me, you know, full ammo and health and all that, I thought it was going to give it to me, you know, like it was going to refill my health and ammo, not that it was going to give me infinite ammo for this flamethrower forever. That's, I don't know that I would have used that cheat if I knew that that was going to happen. Like, I'm sure I don't know if I can turn it off now. Ah. We can turn it off. We'll turn it off in a minute. Let's murder this dude first. Also, look at, that's like a bread basket. Why is there like a bread basket here? Hello. Hey, look, I found the blood, which indicated a secret. Like, this is some of the worst secret placement ever. Who's shooting me? Yeah, it's like the speed at which things go wrong in this game is what, and how easily they can. It's just like, if I turned off all these cheats, I feel like I'd still be dead within a second or two. Despite having all of the resources I could theoretically have at this moment now, and having, you know, 2 extra lives and all that, like, I don't know that even with all that, I could come anywhere close to beating a level of this game. Also, I still have no idea where to go. Like, cheats don't help me find the level exit. I don't have any keys. There's, oh, well, I found the exit in question. I just need now to find any sort of key to go through it. Hold on, if we hit the P button, it will tell us we're at location 6012. Is that helpful? I have no idea. Now what are we at? 6060. So now we know the maps are a 60 by 60 grid. And the exit is in one corner of it. Again, don't know how helpful that will be, but I guess it's better than nothing. And I don't get, why does it give us all of these bags of ammo when you can only carry 100 ammo and one bag fills you to 100 ammo? What am I supposed to do with the other bags? Are we now at like one? Yeah, like, yeah, we're pretty much against the other wall now. You know, this then is probably position 1. Yes. Okay. I would assume this is vertical position 1, 2, but okay, good enough. Okay, we've explored the length of the map now. Let's go in between those lengths. Hello. I got him. Found a secret. Found a secret within the secret. Contained another extra life. Okie dokie. Found another hostage. We been in here? Nope. Nothing of note in there, mind you, but guess we should go the full width of this before we... You're free. You're free. Okay. None of these are keys, right? It's really what I care about here. No key anywhere here. No door or fake door. All right. Where I just was, right? Okay. Which way am I going? We're at 2123. Now we're at 1323. Wait, so we're headed back towards... Hold on. Let me make sure I understand how this is working. Yes, I do. Okay, great. So now we're headed towards the side of the level that has the exit on it, but this does not go all the way through. And neither does any of these. So we've now learned we cannot go all the way through here. But we did find an enemy we seem to have missed. So we go in here? Clearly not. Is there anything in here? Any of these walls look any different? Yep. Oh, it's another bread basket. Ah, a hamburger. That's new. What are these aliens doing with hamburgers? Maybe they're not aliens. I didn't actually read what the story told me. They're depth dwellers. So I guess they're not aliens. They're like, you know, underground peoples. So I guess they could have stolen the idea of hamburgers from us. Or maybe we stole the idea of hamburgers from them. Alright, let's try down this path. Clearly I've been through here. Where did that dude come from then? How did it... No key anywhere. Here's the exit. I swear if I find the key in one of these hidden rooms. We're very close to giving up, guys. I'm sure there's some door somewhere I have not gone through, but again, all of the environments look nearly identical. Like, does one of these have any differences on it that would indicate that there's a secret behind it, maybe? No, right? And then you have another identical room. Like, when we get to the next good game, which will be the final game we play, I want you to take a note of how they actually utilize differences in architecture and texture work to make it clear what, like, where you are so you can keep track. Because this is, like, I don't know, these all are identical rooms with identical doors. Who knows if I've been through them or not. Like, nothing's shooting me, so I assume I have. But I couldn't tell you for certain. Okay, we're not going to keep walking in circles anymore. That's gonna be depth dwellers for MS-DOS. we are going to move back to our list, and we're going to determine where to place Depth Dwellers. A really bad game, but notably, I could in fact hit enemies in this game. The controls were not so awful that I could not successfully complete one level. Mind you, the difficulty was so great and the enemy placement so poor, I could not beat the second level. So that doesn't put us much higher than this bottom, 5 games or so. But it was maybe very, very slightly better than Death Mask. But like Iron Angel the Apocalypse was playable. It was boring. It was generic and there was nothing to it. And yeah, it was just very, very dull. But it wasn't broken in any way in the way the games from Terminator 2029 and down are. And same with Bram Stoker's Dracula, boring but playable. So I think this has to be either our new number 19 or it has to be beneath 19 if we think Terminator 2029 was the better game. I don't know that I necessarily think that, though. Terminator 2029 just controlled so poorly. Yeah, I feel like this has got to be our new number 19. So that will mean, hold on. All right. Why did this not reload? Did it not save here? 19 says depth dwellers on my end. Let's hit the refresh button here. Refresh. Refresh. Why are you not saving, game? Refresh. All right. Well, I don't care that much. Depth Dwellers is 19. Even if you guys can't see it, it shows on my list. It will show up at some point in the future, I'm sure. Let's move on. Our next game, also for MS-DOS, is Legend of. Hold on. How did this? This is a Korean game, so its actual name is in Korean, but the English translation, I believe, is Legend of the Seven Paladins. And there's 2 different ways we're going to play this. The initial way is going to be through DOSBox, and I do have to do a little bit of setup for this one, so hold on for just a second, guys. It is, hold on. Okay, that should do it. And I don't know if this is going to. Yep, okay. And it even worked this time. All right, so this game is notable for being the first game released utilizing the famous build engine, which would go on to feature in many, many highly influential and popular games of the 90s, most notably Duke Nukem 3D, among others. All right. I don't know why there's no audio. That's okay. You'll hear the audio in the version we're going to be spending our most time with. I just wanted to start by showing you what this game looks like by default. Um, okay, hold on. We got to turn down the. Oops, that's not what we wanted. Try this again. Is it this? Nope. Is it? Gosh, where are you? All right. Whoa, what did I do? Somehow, we find ourselves much later in the game carrying a sword. Okay, cool. That's the part I wanted to get to anyway. So you're about to see the insane thing of this game. Yeah, that. You see that? The spews of green that killed me nearly instantly as soon as they hit me? Yep. And so I said this was later. This is like 2 minutes later. This is after you select your character. And now I have a sword. And I now have to, and again, dead. I have seen this game described on the internet, on forums and such, as being unbeatable. And I do not disagree with it. Like, this was a release product. I'm 90% sure this was in fact released. Like, I saw plenty of evidence that seemed to indicate that this was a released game. I also checked other people's playthroughs of this to ensure that this was not me. And no, this is not me. This is actually what the game is like for everyone. Uh like, if I could have figured out how to turn DOSBox's settings down, I could have slowed it down a little. It would have slowed me down too, because it would have slowed down the entire emulation. But might have been slightly better there. But like, look at that. Look at that. Nearly instantly killed. Like, I do not stand a chance in hell. And so I've never made it past this. I tried for hours the other day and could not make it past this opening sequence. And so we're gonna stop shortly, but like, I was able to at one point manage to get these guys' things to get caught on something. Like, I think they are now, you see. And so I was able to kill enough of them to clear out this one room and then immediately died. So that's the furthest I've ever achieved in base Legend of these, whatever this thing was called. Okay, so, oh, and let me just show you. Here's the other attack you have, which is like a, key blast, a Dragon Ball Z attack you've got here that doesn't actually hit anything and still leaves you to be dead in mere seconds. So just to be clear, when we rank this game, this is what we're going to be ranking. This experience right here. I'm going to show you a source port of the game using a Duke Nukem's the build GDX engine that is used in not only like source ports of Duke Nukem and such, but in modern build games that are professionally released. And so it will have modern sensibilities, and the creator was kind enough to include an option to turn off the crazy bullet spam that these guys throw at you. So it is in fact playable. So that's what we're going to move to now. But when we rank this, that's what we're ranking. We've experienced what we are ranking now. Seven Paladins, play. And let's capture that. All right. And now you see we have audio and we have a game. Let's go here. And I've turned head bob off. I've turned on the overlay map. I'm actually going to turn on the overlay only map. As you can see, enemy spam is off, and the exits are on the auto map as well. We're going to make the cursor bigger. We have the resolution higher, and yep. And then also we need to turn the sound down. It's way too high. Okay. All right. Here we go. Here's where we just were. And now everything looks like normal. Ah, it's so nice. Nothing's going crazy. Mind you, the whole thing is still ugly as sin, but this is how it's meant to look, plus some extra lighting and such added on from the updated version of the build engine. We go on this train. We could have done this in the other one, but it would have not worked nearly as well. And after a couple seconds, can we force this door to close? I think if there was that option, to turn off the intro, I think if we turned that off, it would let us just boot right into the character selection part, which we will get to in a moment. In the original version, which again, I'm 90% certain was released outside of Korea, and I think exclusively outside of Korea, all of these words here were in Korean, making the game, again, basically unplayable. All right, so this is our character select menu. The person we were just looking at, I believe, was this guy, so we'll stick with him to see how he looks here. And then, again, I had no idea. I selected, maybe I was on hard or nightmare there, I don't know, because we couldn't choose the difficulty, and here we are. This is where we just were. Now we can look around, and we can, easily switch between our attacks, and as you can see, these guys now only fire one shot at a time, making the game playable. So this will let us see some more of this game, but again, this is not counting for our ranking. Its ranking is gonna be what we saw a minute ago. So I believe the flower, hold on, let's make sure. Yeah, the flower returns my, chi or what have you, so I can use more of my Dragon Ball Z attack. Alright, let's switch over to some kunai. Here's where I was gonna say they were supposed to open a path here at some point. These are my discs. You have a lot of them, but they suck. Switch to some other weapons. Sure, we'll go with the balls. These are balls. They're slightly more powerful. Not dramatically so, mind you. That's a very powerful enemy there, the red one. So, not entirely my ball's fault. These shoot 3, so can hit multiple enemies at once, so I was saving them for this section. So hopefully they would be able to kill these guys. And these, you don't have many, and but they kill most of the enemies in just 1 or 2 hits. Alright. Alright. And of course we have our sword, which is infinite. I don't know that this was especially well hidden for seeming to be a hidden area with all of the weapons. That would have taken me up there if I needed it. So, you know, partly, mind you, it's worth noting that, you know, even with this game's most egregious issues fixed, now being, you know, playable due to these enemies not firing insane shots at me and, you know, giving us some nice quality of life thing like mouse aim and such, it's still pretty damn boring. Like, you've got basically those 3 different enemy types. There's a 4th that shows up eventually at some point. When we reach the end of the level, you'll be able to clearly see, because they actually rank how many of each individual enemy in the game you've killed. So you can very clearly see. I haven't ever managed to kill one of these things, so I'm curious. I'm going to say that it is not killable. Alright, let's turn the map on, because I'm not sure which way we haven't gone yet. Okay, we did all of this over here. I'll kill some people's swords for a minute. Maybe I won't, because the sword sucks. Okay, we're moving on from the sword. It sucks too much. I'm gonna move back to these balls. Uh-oh, that's not good. What have we done to ourselves? Hurry. Is there an exit? No, there isn't. I think we're dead. I think we have, caused our own doom. I do not think we can get out of here. Well, okay. All right, I've done it. I got us out. This is that other enemy I was talking about in, you know, Gray or what have you. Maybe he's a friend? Are you a good guy? He doesn't seem to be trying to kill me. I'll leave him to live. Weapons are also boring to use and behave identically. Like, you know, they have different power levels and such, but they don't actually, like, behave any differently. Makes them not especially interesting to use. So, yeah. It's like a prisoner place here. I feel like I have so much... Oh, when did I pick this up? I picked up balls. Jesus. Am I doing this by shooting this? Because holy hell. Okay. Didn't know I could do that. They're all dead. Is that what that blue book earlier got me? Because Jesus Christ. Wow. That was crazy. Let's not fall into that burning pit of doom. I believe this is the end of the level. Yeah. There you go. So, there's blue and, yellow guys that we haven't seen. And, you know, they're different from the blue guys that we have seen. This, seems slightly overpowered, maybe? Like, Jesus. Like... Let's go back to some kunai. Maybe, might be a little bit much. Also, I think it's hurting us when it's firing a flame and everything everywhere. So, we will, stick with the kunai for the moment. Kunai, I think I mentioned this in, another video. Not a throwing weapon, that... was when it was used in ancient Japan. It was you used it, you know, like not like a throwing knife, but you know, like a shanking knife, let's say, because they were also used to climb over walls. As you know, they do show that in often when portraying ninjas, is them, you know, using the kunai to climb walls. But, you know, unlike a movie, you didn't have endless kunai. You know, you had a couple, and so you would not just throw them unless you were desperate, because you needed them to, you know, climb out of a situation you might be in. So throwing them was not their primary means of attack. Like, obviously you could do that if you so desired, but you know, you'd be expending a valuable tool at that point, and so it would not be something that, you know, that would not be your first choice, certainly. What you would use would be either one of two types of shoryukens, which were throwing weapons, one of which I'm holding right here, which is going to be star or circular, and yeah, looks just like this. And the other one is going to look like this, which is, as you can see, straight, and is actually a throwing knife. This was not a kunai, this is a throwing knife. A different tool used in a different scenario. Yeah, it fell to the floor there, I think. Let's try some of these other spells. What do we got? This is probably too much. Let's try this instead. You know, maybe we need a lot. Let's do it. Okay. We've used our very power. Oh no. We died. But yeah, big thanks to the modder who took the time to make this work. Like, this is crazy how much effort was put into something that I feel like very few people will ever touch. So, you know, great work. And, you know, I'm sure there's some minor issues here and there, but you know, compared to the base game, which again is unplayable, this is amazingly done and absolutely deserves the utmost commendation. But this is not the game we're ranking. This is not a 90s boomer shooter. This is a 2020s boomer shooter. I believe this mod came out in 2020. or this, you know, I don't know what you would even call this. It's like a, again, this is running a build GDX is what we're looking at here, which can run, you know, any number of build games once they have been added to it, assuming you have the, you know, base game files. You add them to the program, and then you can play. These blue guys are powerful. They do a lot of damage too. I don't like them. All right. Still not all of them, is it? I don't know what that did, but hopefully something worthwhile. We need to switch to something we have more ammo in. I don't know which way we've been now. We should pull the map up. Jesus, there are a lot of these dudes. Got another type of magic. Let's see. Got green magic now. See in a second what that can do. Seems like it can do quite a lot. Alright. Seems to have taken care of them pretty easily. Success. I don't know what those are. Oh, those are probably more of my discs, and I probably have as many discs as I can have at the moment. Alright, let's pick up this and this, which will give me my health back. Alright, full health. We used all of our extra magic here, so... what do we see? Yeah, I mean, we have tons of discs. Let's use some discs. I know they're not very good, but... this doesn't work. We can't go through here. Interesting. Okay. Seems to indicate... oh, this is a window. We can actually go through it. Alrighty. Looks like, according to the map, we've not been over here, so... alright. You know, and also for being a build engine game, there's very little interactivity in these levels. I know this was the very first build engine game, but, you know, we know that the build engine is capable of so much more than what we have here, but feels like a minor complaint when, you know, with the base game, you cannot get past the literal first enemy. But this version, you know, again, I don't think it's great. But I liked all the crazy magic spells you get. But I think the lack of enemy variety really hurts it. And the throwing weapons are all just so similar in how they behave. That also hurts it. But I do, you know, think this is a dramatic improvement over the vanilla version. Just I don't necessarily know that it's enough of an improvement to, you know, warrant all the effort that I'm sure was spent making it. Am I hitting this dude? Yes. He just has ridiculous amounts of health. That's the end of the level. Let's go, you know, pick up some more health and such before we do that. And we're still, we didn't pick up that one of the spells. I feel like we need to figure out where we missed that before we leave the level. Was it in here, maybe? Okay. All right. Right, like this is not that, yeah. We don't have the one that was just making a bunch of giant crazy things around us. We've been here already, though, clearly. Alright. We have not been over here. Well, that didn't work. Yeah, that's... We need to stop doing that. Let them come through the... Well, let's pick up this ginseng. Okay. I think we killed them all. I don't know if there's any, like, hostage rescue concept. Okay, we're just missing one spell now. No, this is the spell, right? This is the right spell. No. That's different. Okay. It was this way we went to get to the exit, right? Just up here. I feel like we're good enough now. I think we have enough stuff to move on. See, I left one red guy, one of the strong blue guys, and 4 of the weak blue guys. See, look what I've done here. What is... I feel like this is not There we go. That worked out better. I think we're out of magic now, so we're gonna switch over to some balls instead. The music just stopped. Anyone else notice that? Why did it do that? That was weird. Okay. That's interesting that these balls like almost bounced a little there. It's another game that doesn't quite understand how secrets work. Like, if you're gonna make something that's obviously a door, just make it a damn door. Like, who are you trying to trick here? Doesn't seem to be working. Oh well. Okay, I feel like we need to switch over to Magic Lightning Bolt here and do some of this. Okay, I think we got him. In this world, keys heal you fully to maximum health. when you pick up a key. I can confirm that happens in the original version as well. That is not a bug in this. Keys just heal you to full health. We need better weapon than that, or we're gonna get murdered. Look how many shurikens this guy takes. See if either of those buttons. Can we not get back through here? So this is where we came in. Okay, we'll go through here instead. What the hell just happened there? We were fine, and then we weren't fine. Like, this thing is going through walls. It's not my fault. And now we're stuck here forever. And we're gonna die. Oh well. Okay. That's Legend of the Seven Paladins, then. It is a game that, in its base form, is unplayable. Unplayable. Could not defeat the very first enemy. So, let's pull up our countdown here. Does this now finally have Death Dwellers on it? It does. And let us decide what we are going to add. how we're going to add. But I think it's actually going to be fairly easy because in Catacombs Abyss and Catacombs Armageddon, well, I struggled to get past the first encounter. I did in fact succeed. In this game, literally getting past the first enemy is impossible. I mean, it is possible. I did it, on my own, but it took me dozens of attempts. It is not playable at its most core, basic level, not because of bad level design or enemy placement, but because the enemies kill you virtually instantly and you cannot do the same to them. So, in my mind, it is worse than every game we've played thus far. Legend of the Seven. How did I type this? Legend of the Seven Paladins. So we are going to place Legend of the Seven Paladins as our lowest rated game number 26. Unfortunate, but true. I wonder if there's a way I can make it so I'll work on this later. But so that is our new worst game we've played, Legend of the Seven Paladins, coming in at number 26, which I don't think you'll be able to see because this screen only goes through 25. But beneath Catacombs Armageddon now, there's Legend of the Seven Paladins. And next up, we are going to go to our one good game of the day. Let's see where I left this. Let's see if this was what I want or if this is not the version I want. Yes, this is. Okay. So, our last game is our Mac game of the day. Hold on for a moment while I do that. And we'll make that that. And we're going to do that as that. And accept. Okay, let's relaunch that. Hopefully that will launch correctly now. This we can interesting. All right. Well, this is unfortunately going to have to be full screen for me. So I once again will not be able to see the chat, but since that is the case, we will turn this off windowed mode and bring it back to 1080p and make sure all of our effects are set on. Okay. And so this is Marathon by Bungie. This is the Aleph 1 source port running on modern Windows, and we are going to begin a new game. To get this running in its base form, I would have to emulate a 90s Macintosh, which I'm not going, like, I could do that, but I'm not going to, so people are going to have to deal with that. Sorry. So in this game, you are on a ship that has been invaded by aliens, and you are going to fight them, and there's 2 AI on the ship. There are two AI on the ship, one of which has gone rogue because this is a Bungie game, and one is helping you and is your support because this is a Bungie game, and yeah, you're gonna fight these AI because it's a Bungie game, or not these AI, these aliens alongside this AI, because that's how Bungie games work. And as you can see, this pistol is laying waste to these aliens. Again, Bungie game for you. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. Did I take too long? I think I took too long. Let's see. There's no... Surely a jump button. Alright, hold on. Nope. Nope, I don't. I was just hoping there was a jump button, but it doesn't seem like there is, despite the fact that I'm pretty sure there feels like something there should be, but maybe there isn't a jump button. There's the stuff down there we need to get to. We've been in all here, right? Okay. We've made it down here now. Now what? That saves the game. So, hold on. Let's see if we can pull up the controls. Controls. Turn right. Let's see. Up, down, left, right. Okay. WSD. Run is left control. Why? Is it not left shift? It's left shift. Actions. Previous weapon is F. Next weapons R. Actions E. Okay. Bunch of hotkeys. Auto map is N. Why is it not tab? Zoom in. Inventory right and left are that. We don't need. Hold on. What do we have that as? I saw it somewhere. we have anything as Q right now? Great. We're going to make... How do we use an item in the inventory, though? Hold on. Okay. Um, um, okay. Now everything should control better. Great. There is no crouch or jump, though. I think we've determined that. It's another save point, just. This doesn't do anything. This doesn't do anything. This brings us up here. Some more ammo. Nothing else in here, right? Let's turn on that auto map we heard so much about. Oh, I know where this is. Okay. Do we know where this is, though? I'm not sure. Yes. Okay. I know where we are. I don't know that we've done anything to change our circumstances significantly, mind you. We just ended up with some more ammo compared to what we had before. We're still not any closer to getting up there. Let's go back up here for a second. This is bringing us... Where is this bringing us? Oh, interesting. It's bringing us back out here. That takes us up there. Whoa, where'd you come from? Okay, nothing we can do there. That doesn't really help us. Can't get up there. Can't get up there. We can't get up there. Got depth of space there. I swear this happens to me every time I play this game. I cannot remember for the life of me how to do half the things. Okay. I feel fairly certain we've done everything we can that is not up here. Over here. This is most definitely a dead end. There's nothing to do here. This is a dead end. Hold on. Turn that off for a second so I can see what I'm looking at. Right? No options here. That will take me to a dead end. That is just leading me right. This is the save point. That doesn't help me. None of this is getting me up here. This takes me in here, which does not help me. Wait a minute. I might have found a path. I don't know that we've been here yet. Let's not fall off anything right now. We're staying on this level. Ah. I think I did it. Ta-da! I don't know what this guy's telling me. The AI started quoting philosophy to me, indicating it's going rampant. Okay. I believe that's a healing station. All right, let's do it. We're going to jump down here. Hopefully this was the right move. These enemies aren't very effective. Maybe I have this on like easy mode or something. I don't even remember. Let's see. All the information uncoordinated. Okay. Shit. Beat the level. Okay. That seems helpful. Okay, let's try to get to that assault rifle. Let's explore for a bit first. Maybe we'll come upon it. I think the thing that is most noteworthy about this game is its creation of an atmosphere and a sense of place. And, of course, being a Bungie game, there's also a major component of them really nailing the feel of the shooting. Which, hey, who would have guessed? Jason Jones is really, really good at making guns go boom. There's maybe no one better in the industry. When it comes to making your weapons feel great, he is the man you want. And so you combine, you know, those great feeling weapons with a really good atmosphere, and you get a game that really feels in its own league compared to much of the competition. And, you know, you look at its level design and how it gives you a good visual about what it is you're doing. Like, right, I hit a button over there, which raised this ladder here. I couldn't get back to over here from over there, but it did put a window right here so I could see it. And that's a key difference from a significant number, if not all of the games we played up to this point, right? There is just some really smart stuff they have done in this game that make it, you know, a step above the competition in a lot of ways. And I do think that the level design can be a little too obtuse at times. And, you know, obviously, every time I've ever played that first level, and I don't play it very often, so, you know, I'm sure I'd memorize it if I played it more. But all of the, like, 3 or 4 times I have played this game in my life, I have gotten stuck on that first level in that exact same area, trying to get past and figure out what the hell the game wants me to do. So clearly there's some issues with that level. But I don't think it is a major impediment to enjoying the game in the long run. And I think the number of other things it does well dramatically exceeds any of the things it does somewhat poorly. Visual-wise, I think it's okay. Obviously, this is a source port, so it's running in much higher resolution and with more advanced effects than you would get on the standard Mac version. But I would assume I'm, you know, I didn't own a Mac back here then, so I have he's telling me that's Durandal, who is the evil AI that I've lost access because he's gone rogue. So she's telling me it's time to move on and activate the defenses. And our goal here is to collect some circuits to reactivate the automated defense systems to assist me in fighting these alien invaders. Anyways, as I was saying, I never owned a Mac back in the 90s, so I can't say with any super degree of certainty how this game played on an original Mac, but, you know, Macs by default did have mice, so my expectation would be that, you know, this had full mouse control like I'm using now. Hold on 1 second, folks. All right, sorry about that. But yeah, visually, I think this is, I don't think the art is fantastic here. I think, you know, Bungie's done much better when it comes to its alien art. But it's not bad. So she's telling me that I have not gotten the chips I need, and therefore I cannot be teleported out. Which, you know, understood. Get them all? Okay. All right. Let's hit that. He's spewing some more philosophy for me. Then which one do I want to go on? I think it's this one. No. Damn it. There we go. That's the one. Knew one of these would get me where I wanted to go. And I go back down, well, in a moment. And that, oh gosh, which thing? Yeah. And then we pick up that. That's the item we were trying to get. Or at least that's one of them. All right. Now we need to head all the way back along here. Run. What are you doing? All right. We need to get in there. I have to remember how to do that. Believe. There we go. That's where we want to be. The other chips are in here. Nope, not that one. There's one of them. I believe there's... Let's see. Save that. We gotta find where these other chips are somewhere. There it is. Ow. That was rude. Okay. Save there. And then talk to... Nope. That's just another save, huh? All right. See, is this one? Nope. You talk to me here? I'm at the terminal at this location. Did I miss one? Hold on. Oh, I'm at the wrong terminal. It's the one on this side. This terminal. They agree. Are in apt engineering shutdown. Okay. We are to place the chips into the defense sector to turn on the automated defenses. And also, somewhere around here, there is a weapon storage section that she says we should go to. Did you know that these aliens are part of a collective? They are not, in fact, individual members of the same species. I knew this because this is a Bungie game. This is bad. Something very bad is happening. Hold on. We need to rapidly press buttons along here and find... Here it is. It's here. I know it's here. God damn it. It's because the map's open. There it is. I knew it was right there. Game nearly killed me because it won't let me. You use things sometimes when the map is open. So I was nearly murdered. The good news is I was saved. At the health recharge station. They invented those several years prior to Half-Life. And here's the ammunition storage room we've heard so much about. Great. Okay. Let's, I guess, save again after we did that. And move on. Guess we can't really move on that way, can we? Let's move on this way. Go. Okay. Room seems dangerous. There's also, right, that the idea that we have actual objectives here. We're not just killing all the enemies and making it to an exit. We're actually, you know, achieving something. You know, that's... I think that's also very noteworthy. And again, just, you know, the sense of place that they're creating this ship, the Marathon, that you're exploring, and that let's see. Telling us about rampancy. Jeez. Think I can miss more? That was some poor shooting. See what he has to say here. Also, like of the Alien Collective, one of them is a flying bug race, and the other, one other is a like melee weapon wielding race that serves as the primary enforcer race. Then you have a third race that is weak physically but floats, and they are interesting. Okay. I mean, that should be enough, right? I only need to get through here. I don't need to open all of them. So I'm supposed to be opening all of these? We definitely don't want that. Okay. I think we're good. Yeah. Aliens here. Right, because this... Yeah. Oh, we were good there. Well, sorry. Jeez. Thank you. Oh, man. It's a new type of alien. Why? Is this one of the switches in question? No. Is the computer giving me some more lore? Is that one of the switches in question? No. I'm sad that I seem to be unable to get the things in the back there, but okay. All right. Ow, jeez. Been murdered. Wow. Okay. Better. There we go. That was one of them. Right, you can tell me all about the rampancy stuff and again. You know, that did nothing. This is where we got that. We got that there. Still don't get what this is for. But okay. Leave one of the, yes. Is down here. And then one of them's got to be down here, right? How do I get down there, though? Here we go. That. Oh, I didn't do it quickly enough. Turned off. Thought I was going to raise back up, but no. It's actually a timed scenario. What did that do? Is it going to turn off in a second? Did it do this? Uh-oh. Okay. Gotta figure out how... Wait. Need to go this way. There we go. That's the last one. Believe... Just have to make it to whichever the exit... Confusing, right? Okay. That did work. Uh-oh. Oh, I was dumb. Hold on. Man. Did it? You see these larger brute-like enemies? They're actually more like hunters, if you think about it. Well, one of them lived. Success. Crew was saved. Hello, crew member. Come on over here so you get out of this passageway, please. Oh my god. I know they're everywhere. I'm trying to kill them, but you're in my way. Whoops. Uh-oh. Well, I made it to the pattern buffer, but I have barely any health, so... hopefully I've not saved myself into a very bad position. Uh-oh. Whoops. What does any of this do? Okay. This just opens that. That. God knows what that does. All right. Let's go through this side. Well, we had a feeling that was going to happen. You know, that might be enough marathon, actually. Yeah. Let's call it a night. And return to our list, which, why does our list look so awful suddenly? What has happened? Hmm. I don't know why this suddenly looks terrible. Looked fine before. strange. Well, I'll figure that out on my own time. Right now, we need to decide where on this list to place Marathon. And remember, at the top of the list is Doom, and it is followed by the 3DO shooter Iron Angel The Apocalypse, and then by Wolfenstein 3D, Blake Stone Planet Strike, and Spear of Destiny. That's our current top 5. Now, Marathon, as we've just played, has numerous strengths and several key weaknesses. The strengths include an incredible sense of place for the time, excellent combat, just the feel of the guns specifically is excellent. The fact that the levels have specific objectives and are not just standard key hunts, and the level design itself is great at building a sense of location and making each area feel distinct and lived in a way that no game at the time had really done, at least not a shooter, and would not really be 100% realized until Half-Life several years later. But I think compared to other shooters from 94, this was a dramatic step forward. And so those are your positive sides. On the negative side, there's just really one primarily, which is that the level design is a bit obtuse. It can be hard to figure out where you're going. And I spent a lot of time staring at a map. But I think overall that's a fairly minor complaint when you sit it next to all the things that Marathon does right. And so this is a top 5 game without a doubt. In fact, I think it's a top 3 game without a doubt. I think the question really is it better than Iron Angel, The Apocalypse, The Return, and Doom? So Iron Angel, which we played in our last episode, has all that amazing story stuff, all of those unique scenarios that were really cool, but I don't think it controls anywhere near as well as this. I don't think its combat feels anywhere near as good. So I think this is above Iron Angel, The Apocalypse, The Return. And then really the question is it better than Doom? And Doom also feels great. It also has excellent music and a great atmosphere. The levels are also can be a bit obtuse, though not really anywhere near as much as in Doom 2. So I think the enemy variety and the enemy AI and the strategy you have to use against them are superior in Doom. I think the artwork is superior in Doom. I think the attempt to create a linear story, the attempt to build lore around the game, and just the feel of the weapons are so great in Marathon, though. So I think it's a really, really close call. But at the end of the day, I think Marathon's going to be our new number 1. I think Marathon is extraordinarily impressive for the time. And so I think it has to sit at the top, at least so far. We, of course, have numerous games to come, dozens upon dozens. We're not even at 30 games yet, and there's probably well over 100 games on my list, maybe 100 games about. So, we're nowhere close to the end. And the thing with this genre is that it evolved incredibly rapidly in an incredibly short period of time. So these are most of the releases through 1994. We've got, well, no, this is about half of the releases through 1994. we've got a couple major 94 entries left. Notably, we have Heretic, we have Rise of the Triad, and we have the aforementioned Doom 2. So we will play those over our next 3 episodes. We'll do one of them each episode alongside some other less great games and some, lesser well-known titles that are maybe good but just not especially well known. And then uh, the Marathon Trilogy is the only Mac games we will be playing. So we will be looking at DOS and Amiga titles pretty much for those next 3 episodes as we look through 94 and a couple games from 1995. And then when we finish those 3 major 94 releases, we will push into 95 in full, in which case we have um like 20 plus games were released that year, an insane number of incredible titles released in 95, uh as well as an insane number of truly awful titles released in 95. So that's going to be an interesting year to look at. It will include Marathon 2, as well as Hexen and Star Wars Dark Forces, Terminator Future Shock, and plenty, like I said, of really terrible games like Tech War and, uh, well, I won't ruin it, some of the others, but uh, yeah, Tech War. That's a bad game. It's a real bad game. And yeah, then like I said, I have games all the way through the turn of the century planned. And so, you know, the earliest game on our list, unless you count those early Catacomb games we looked at, is 92. So, we're only 2 years into this, and things only get far more competitive as we push further into the decade. Um, eventually we will be looking at the likes of Half-Life and Quake and Quake 2, and the Blood games, the Turok games, even Unreal, all that stuff will be coming eventually. So we will get to that. But thank you everyone for watching this first episode of the week. We will be doing our second episode. I believe actually we're only going to be doing one episode this week just because yesterday was President's Day, and so I wasn't able to stream, and then I have to work on Thursday night. So we will do a stream on Friday, but it will be a beat 'em up stream, not a Boomer Shooter Showdown stream. So we will return next week with another episode of this where we will look at Heretic among other titles. So thank you everyone for joining us. We will be back then, and have a great evening.